Good day, champ. My name is Anthony Clifton Joko, the founder of Forex Digital Lane, where everyone who has a knowledge gap in digital trading can get the right knowledge, get the right guidance, also get the right tools to enable them trade the financial market profitably. So today we'll be diving into the market technical breakdown for the time period of 29th of December 2025 to the 2nd of January 2026. So with this in mind, I would like to say Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year, compliments of the season. Okay, so with that in mind, not minding that the market is a little bit less volatile. The Forex market is a little bit less volatile throughout last week during the festive period. We were locked in. One characteristics of being a forex trader is that every single day is holiday, and forex trading can be really boring. You get so as traders, we don't really celebrate per se holidays the way it's meant to be celebrated, because every single day is our celebration day. Working from the comfort of anywhere in the world with your laptop, with your phone and internet connection, you can literally be on vacation and you're still trading. You can literally be on holiday and you're still trading. So I already experienced my holidays even before this season. So this December I locked in, I studied, I developed my craft, I developed my edge, I developed my vision, getting prepared for next year, getting prepared for the goals for next year. So that's what I actually used my December for. I didn't travel. I was indoor locked in, grinding, and this was the results we got for those students who are locked in with us. For instance, we have our VIP student, okay, so she was locked in with us. I wanted to meet one of our VIP students. She joined the VIP Signal group. She paid and joined the VIP Signal group. Then used $2 to activate a $1,000 instant good funded account. Okay, instant funded account. Then by following our VIP, which we shared in the VIP group, and proper risk management, which she reached out for guidance and advice she used, she is now set to make her withdrawal of $138 today, 29th of December 2020. All in less than 30 days. We did this between November and December. Because of what? Focus, discipline, and what? Consistency. So she was able to just use $1 to make a profit of $138. We have countless. We also have withdrawals from my own personal accounts today as well. So the thing there is, you need to believe that you can make money from this craft. This kind of growth is possible with education, discipline, and the right guidance from a mentor. So the video proof, which is in our chat, the link to our digital link community, and you can see up here, this is the VIP digital link academy, this one with the black IP group. Then we have our Forex general group and also the Forex VIP group. Everyone was locked in. So if you're ready to guess and start trading with confidence, join the VIP Signal group. You can chat me up on WhatsApp to get started. The link is going to be on the description. Okay, so let's dive into the market technical breakdown. So how this happens is that we're going to go over the past forecast we gave before we present the future forecast. Okay, so for the past forecast on Euro USD, this was Monday last week. We always give our forecast on Monday. We saw a buy entry opportunity on this trade. Okay, so we say the market is going to come towards this buy entry, activate, and start going to the upside, or it's going to break this trend line. Please, this trend line is effect and not cause. But I just marked it out for a purpose. Okay, so if you broke below this level, then sales now be what's prevalent. What happened? This trend line held and it bought massively towards what? This high, which was our target. So our forecast for last week on Euro USD was top notch, 100% accurate. Okay, we also got an entry, did not activate, so we didn't FOMO. Okay, because we got another trade from another pair and we made profits from the market. So now let us observe. Okay, Let us update this chart. So to update, we go to the weekly time frame, and then on the weekly time frame, we mark out the previous week high and previous week low. This is the previous week high over here, and this is the previous week low over here. Then we mark out the daily time. So on the daily time, we mark out the daily demand and daily supply. So literally, from what I can see, this is the major daily supply I see all the way up here. So this is the major daily supply I see all the way up here. So let me mark out that daily supply with this line. Good. So this is the major daily supply I see all the way up there. Then we go to the 4 hours time frame. And on the 4 hours time frame, mark out the 4 hours supply as well. So the 4 hours supply I see is all the way up here as well. Yeah. Okay. Terrific. So this is going to be a major trade for 2026. So for Euro USD, my view is still on point. I still see Euro USD going to the upside, which is dollar weakness to head towards this supply zone. So when it gets towards supply, this one will now be looking for the major sells, because this trend is still prevalent today. The trend is your friend. Never go against the trend. So anybody we're going to be executing and taking it to the upside. Then the next on the list is GBP USD. GPUSD. So this was forecast for GPUSD for last week. Okay, market was here on Monday. We said that the market from this level, we either expect it to respect this supply zone and sell, or break the supply zone, retest and continue buying. Okay, so literally you can already see what the chart has done. It is for the forecast of last week. So our forecast for last week is to provide. Let us just update this chart. So we go to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, we mark out the previous week high and previous week low. This is the previous week high over here. This is the previous week high. And this previous week low. Then we go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we mark the daily demand and daily supply zone. So literally from what I can see here, the daily supply zone is all the way up here. So I'll mark out the daily supply zone. This is the supply zone I see. Then the daily demand zone is all the way down here. Okay, so let's go to 4 hours time frame. Then on the 4 hours time frame, this is going to be a reoptimization zone. But I'm just going to mark this as ash and leave that. No, that is not ash color. Let's mark, okay, let's put it black. Great. So this is going to be a reoptimization zone where we expect market to retest and continue pushing to the upside towards this supply zone. Okay, so that's what I see. So for the supply zone on the 4 hours time frame, because we also need to mark the 4 hours time frame. This is the supply zone for the 4 hours time frame. Yeah, this is the supply zone. So mark that as red and then we extend. Okay, so this is it. And once the market gets towards there, we start looking for sales. But for now, buys are prevalent. So any buy setup we see will be taking it to the upside towards this supply zone. This is the primary zone. Okay. Then the next is GBP JPY. Okay. So if you guys can remember, since October ending, I told you I'm not interested in buying Japanese yen. Any trade I'm going to be taking is going to be what? To buy against Japanese yen, because of the so-called festive period. The Japanese economy, the Asian economy, they always make their currency to be weak so that people can patronize them during this festive period. Okay, so they always try to leave their currency to be weak. So if you check Japanese yen across every pair, dollar, card, euro, Swiss franc, and the rest, okay, New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, it's weak against all those pairs. It's intentional. But But recently, the Japanese hiking their interest rate because of the fact that a lot of people come to Japan, they borrow money very cheap, pay interest of 0.5% interest, and but recently they hiked the interest rate. It is now currently 0.7% interest. When they now borrow this money, they go to countries that have higher interest rate like the dollar and the Great Britain pound, and they invest in bonds. This is called carry trading. This is called carry trading. So over decades, the past the past two to three decades, investors have been taking this as a very very safe investment. Okay, and recommending it to individuals, high net worth individuals to carry out these trades. So right now, the Central Bank of Japan has decided to start hiking their interest rates so that there's going to be an effect whereby people will now have to love these bonds that they have in that currency to pay off the loan they took from Japanese bank and put the one they took out back into the system. Okay, because every other currency like the dollar, like the Great Britain pound, they're all talking about cutting interest rate in 2026, while Japanese yen is talking about hiking interest rate in 2026. So with this in mind, there's going to be a ripple effect whereby investors be like they don't want to be stuck in between this chaos. They will have to sell off the bonds and then pay back the Japanese economy. So with this in mind, the Japanese yen would likely be strong in 2026, likely, okay? But that is not going to be like in the first quarter. We'll be watching out probably in the second quarter downwards, okay? But right now, this was our forecast for GBP JPY as at last week Monday. You see the market has been very very choppy, no much movement, okay, just ranging. So our forecast for last week still holds. Let's just update the chart. Okay, so let's mark out the previous week high and previous week low. Okay, this is the previous week high, this is previous week low. Then we go to the daily time frame. We already have daily demand and daily supply all the way up here. This is daily supply, this is daily demand. Then on the 4 hours time frame, the forecast still holds. Okay, the forecast still holds. After this accumulation, the market will need to come down to this level to activate us before we take this buy. Okay, so we're more interested for buys right now. But if it breaks this, we're interested to take these buys. Okay, at the rate test. Okay, these are the two forecasts I have for GBP JPY. Then the next is gold, God's money. Okay, so for gold, this was our forecast for last week, which did not actually play out. The market, we saw the market here, this massive spike. Okay, this is where we met the market when we did our market fundamental breakdown and technical breakdown. So we're expecting the market to already test towards this what reoptimization zone, and also this trend that it has formed over here, and then continue the buy to the upside. But the market never came back here. Let us just update these charts. Okay, so we go to the weekly time frame first. On weekly time frame, mark at the previous high over here and the previous week over here. Then we'll adjust this. Then we'll go to the daily time frame, daily demand and daily supply. So this gold is currently on an all-time high. So we'll be trading with psychological levels mainly. So the next psychological level I see gold coming towards is like the 4,400. I already marked out 4,400. I marked out 4,500, and I marked out 4,600 all the way up here. Like the primary high, I was aiming for gold to get to before a steep correction is the 4,600 high. It's literally pushing to the downside, and we have a reoptimization zone all the way up here. Okay, so we'll mark out this reoptimization zone all this way. So this is the level where I see that the market could literally come back to. Then the next is we come to the 4 hours time frame. So for the 4 hours time frame, you see that the reoptimization zone and this time frame aligns very well with 4 hours what you see this trend line. The trend is your friend, never go against the trend. So I'm looking for more opportunities for XAU USD mainly. I'm looking for more buy opportunities for XAU USD. So the major point is that I want the market to come towards this level. Okay. Something else you need to know is that there are liquidities within this supply candles. Okay, there are liquidities within the supply candles. Okay, so the entry method that we're using for gold is not going to be mainly a simple coming back into this trend entry. I'll be more of a counter trend strategy to be able to enter this trade. I'll be using more of a counter trend. When I say counter trend, let me show you an example of what I mean by counter trend. Okay, when the gold market had this massive correction all the way from year to year, there was a counter trend opportunity the market gave us. Okay, what is the counter trend opportunity? Okay, so to mark a counter trend line, you need to find the last sell side liquidity that was taken in this market. These are the two last sell side liquidities that was taken in this market. So you need to then use that opportunity to know the highs that was created before this last sell side liquidity was taken. So this was the high that was created before this last sell side liquidity, which is this high that was created before this last sell side liquidity was. And then you take it downwards, okay, and mark the two highs that was created before the sell side liquidity. And then the two highs that the market created was this was the first one, and this was the second one. This is another high here. So with this in mind, now you remember this is what a trend, okay, and it is a zone and not really a line, because it is a region and not really a line. So with this in mind, when we go there, we can expand this to get more confidence. So with this now, this is what they call a trend line, okay. This is what they call a trend line, which is the market was created impulse, correction, okay, market structure, and then under what impulse, okay. So with this now, when this trend line was broken, okay, this is counter trend, okay, that's counter trend. So at test, this was where we got in for our buys on gold. If you followed our channel for a long time, you know that there was a time we called that gold buy here, and we held it for over a week before the market actually moved and hit our take profit target. So this is exactly the same approach I'll be applying for this particular correction if it plays out perfectly well. But we'll be going down there on a 1 hour time frame. Okay, and once we see this counter trend, once the market gives us a very spot on counter trend approach, okay, on gold towards a lower level, we come down towards this lower level before we can buy it at a premium price. Now we want a discount price because market maker gets in on the discount price, so we want to get in at a discount price. When we get that opportunity, we collect out the trade and then we'll be milking the market. But so far we have been scalping gold, okay. We have been scalping gold in our VIP group, okay, on lower time frames, taking 100 to 200 pips on each scalp. And if you are interested to be part of those scalps, okay, join our VIP group, and then you'll be enticed with this opportunity, and you can be able to make money from this trade. So the next on the list, Bitcoin, okay, the people's coin. So Bitcoin for last week, all throughout last week, from Monday. Okay, this is Bitcoin. This is Monday. Okay, this was Monday. The market came down and activated our gain at the entry price of 86,500. After that, it shoots to the upside. So Bitcoin actually has been on this range, this price range of 90,000 and 84,500. Okay, but our major target already in on this trade for the buy. Okay, our major target is 94,000. So there is no much forecast on this. We already have a trade. Most of our students are in on the trade. Okay, so let us just update this chart. That's all we have to do. We have to update this chart. So to update this chart, we have to mark out the previous week high and previous week low. The previous week high here, and the previous week low. Okay, this is previous week low. So let's make that right. Then go to daily time frame. Already mark out daily demand and daily supply. There's another daily demand that I'm quite curious of, which is this level, which is 75,000. So if this demand that we see over here doesn't hold, going to give us a correction we anticipate, which is like around 94,000. Okay, we are still trading within this range. Okay, this is like where we know that there's going to be a massive push to the upside on price. Okay, so if this does not correct like we anticipate, okay, this is the next level of demand where we'll be getting our buys from. Okay, so this is literally what I see. So now the next is we go to 4 hours time frame. We still hold the trade. We're still holding the trade, not minding. We're still holding the trade, not minding to hit the target profit. So we'll go to the next ETH USDT. So from ETH USDT, we'll have to mark out the previous week high and previous week low. These are our forecasts for last week, and it is still valid. These are forecasts for last week. So we expect the market to have a rate test, and from here, it's going to buy to the upside massively. So still in on this trade, not minding ETH USDT. Then we'll go to the weekly time frame. Then weekly time frame, mark out the previous week high and previous week low. This previous week high, this previous week low. Okay, so we go to the daily time frame, and then on the daily time frame, we know the daily demand and daily supply. It's clear. This is the daily demand we see over here, which the market came towards on the 19th of December. Okay, and then market activated. So this supply. So we go to the 4 hours time frame. So on 4 hours time frame, this is literally what we see, the previous high and previous week. The market, as you see, the market has been ranging, no much price swing, but with this massive push to the upside now, we can anticipate that the market come back towards this demand, the demand zone now we see over here. Okay? We can call it a demand zone, and from here now we can see the market Ethereum can now shoot to the upside, which is to complete this rate test that we're anticipating for last week, Monday, to push the downside. So with this is a shift. This is a shift. Okay, this is a shift in character. Okay, from sales to buys. Okay, so this is very important. So from here now, we can now start seeing buys coming for Ethereum USD from this level. Okay, to continue this projection that the market has already started creating to the upside. Okay, right now for ETH USDT. Then the next is Solana, and the last. Okay, so for Solana, it was our trade for last week on Solana, which we took, and the market on top notch. We closed out on profit before this reversal happened. Okay, this was sent in the VIP group. So this is where we took out the trades on profit this particular year. That's Solana USD because we saw the sell coming, and we called out this sell on more last week. You can go through our videos. So right now, Solana has a shift. It has a shift in direction. Okay, it has a shift in direction. Let us update this on the weekly time frame. We mark out the previous week high and previous week low. Previous week high and previous week low. Okay, so this is previous week high and previous week low. Then go to the daily time frame. Then on the daily time frame, mark out daily supply and daily demand. So this is daily demand all the way down here. Okay, this is daily supply all the way up here. So if you now go to the 4 hours time frame, we can see that the market was ranging over here. Market was actually ranging for a while over here. Market was actually ranging for over here. So, but with this break, I started to sell. So for me on Solana, I'm going to actually give it left eye. I'm not actually going to point out Solana as a trade for you guys now, but one trade I will call out Ripple, XRP, Ripple. So if I'm to call out this, I will have to update the previous week high because I already sent this trade as a free trade into every community. And for me to update the previous week high, this is previous week low. Okay, so patience is a virtue in trading. I actually held this trade for over a week. Okay, and it was just raining on the entry price. So this is for now. This is on the daily time frame. Okay, you can see daily demand all the way down here. This is a very solid daily demand all the way down here, spotted all the way down here. Okay, so the market already has what validated that daily demand. Okay, then on and also the supply, daily supply is all the way very far, very far, very far from us. Okay, the daily supply is all the way up here. Right, all the way up here. Daily supply all the way up here. Okay, so with this in mind now, if you just see, if you take a Fibonacci 2 from this swing high to this swing low where the market created, you see that the market always likes to respect the Fibonacci indicator 2. That's why I now pointed out this 2.5 Fibonacci level, psychological level, which is close to the 38.20 Fibonacci retracement 2. So I'm expecting a retracement, a massive retracement, because after these sales, okay, a retracement should come. Okay, so we're not aiming for what the 38.20 Fibonacci retracement 2. Going for the 50. 50% is also likely, like 80% chance, but like for this 38.20, like 90 to 95% chance of it getting towards it. Since the already respected daily, the only way up is what the only direction is up. Okay, so with this in mind, like, we now called out this trade. We didn't just call out this trade because of we wanted to call out this trade. We called out this trade because there's a shift in direction. Okay, so if you look at this chart right now, okay, let us zoom out a bit like this. So you see that the market actually created these lows. Okay, this is a low. Okay, and then created this high. This all the thing here is market structure. Everything here is market structure. Since this low has not been taken, everything is market structure. Everything here is market structure. Okay, market structure, market structure. So when the market was actually serious was when it is low. From this level, it created that high, and then took this low. So this is what? This is an impulse. This is a correction. This is a correction. This is an impulse. But what then the market created another what? Impulse after creating this what? Impulse. Okay, let me now zoom in properly so you see what I'm saying. So this was like a correction. This is an impulse, a correction. This is an impulse, a correction. An impulse. This impulse took this low we were expecting the market to take. Everything after this low was created is market structure. Everything here is just market structure. Okay, well, once this low was created, that's when you know, yes, this is after a new low is created. What do you expect? What is another low? Market do instead? Market what changed character and what broke this high that created this new low. This is a very big sign. So with this in mind now, when the market retests to a certain level, which we marked out from this level, there is a price level we marked out that we're going to take in our buy and we're going to aim for that high. Knowing full well that why this change happened is because of this daily demand that has been filled. This was where daily demand filled, and as soon as this daily demand was filled, there was massive liquidity that pushed the market to the upside. Okay, so with this push now, it has changed character in so many ways. Okay, and so many directions now of the buys. So now we now say we're waiting on this buy when it gets to a discounted price, which we did. We got a discounted price. You can see we called out this trade on Monday. It activated on Wednesday. I sent the information that it has activated. It stayed here till Friday. It was still here on Friday evening. It was still there throughout today. I was just watching the market. But Sunday yesterday, it started making positive moves. And today, Monday, it spiked to the upside. So the continuation push is still going to happen. So for XAUSD, we are in already. The previous week high, previous week low is still intact. And then we're aiming for $2.5. Okay, this is the 1:4 trade, 6965. The entry is 1.8424. Okay, and then take profit is 2.5. 1 is to 4.5 risk to reward. If anything you're risking, you're getting 4.5 times 4.5 of it. Okay, so that's what it means. So with this in mind, I think I've been able to wrap up the market technical breakdown for you guys. So if you're interested to learn how to trade, you can dive down to our website www.10xdigitallane.com, and then you can be able to get the in-depth knowledge on how we analyze the market, the languages we use like cause, effects, and how we do this top-down analysis. Okay, 10 Digital Lane, we bring you a unique perspective to the world of digital assets. We teach you how digital trading works, how to earn massive passive income on different digital assets, how to invest in safe assets, how to build and grow a startup business from 0 to hero. So you sign up right now, because procrastination is a tip of time. Okay, we already have friends who have signed up for the December badge. We're handling them right now. This is why we're locked in for December. We need to give this knowledge to students so that they will be grounded and ready for 2026 and the goals they need to achieve. Because every goal you need to achieve needs finances service. So we have our team who's working with us, and we're developing this system every single moment to be watched and what to be user friendly for you guys, with massive content and massive information. So this is our monthly package, which is $49. This is our 3 months package, this 6 months package, and 1 year package. This gives you a lot of value, which is one-on-one access with to me, our VIP group, our textbook, our trading system, our bots, our indicators, our community. This gives you a lot of privileges and a lot of access that you cannot imagine is possible. Okay, so if testimonies come over here, these are testimonies of those who have enrolled in our system and how we are holding their hands one-on-one on a video call to be able to what deposit money into their accounts, trade this money on their account, and make profit. These are 2 videos. Okay, we don't just talk, we also have video proofs. You can also go over to our social media handle. Okay, these are recommendations on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Telegram, on WhatsApp, and see all the reviews, see all the feedback from our community members. So why we're here is because of our passion in leadership and financial freedom. And what makes us happy is to see the transformation in the lives of the people in the world when they become less bothered about money and live the life that they love. So if that is your objective, to live the life that you love, to achieve goals and not be bothered about money, okay, join our system. Okay, join our VIP, and then you can be able to get this value and be able to transform your life in 2026. Thank you so much for watching to this point. This is your guardian, Anthony Njoko, and I wish you a profitable trading career.